Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Rockets. And Houston is looking to play Texas big. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
Back to Tatum. Over Smith. Tatum no good. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
And the wide open shot from Green.
Green.
That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it.
Now here's Brown. Back to White. Pocket 6. The kick out to Brown. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. The three from Tatum. Here's Porzingis. And finally they hit one.
Well, you've got size and length, so Kristaps Porzingis, the extra possession.
Out to Smith. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Back to Holiday. Nice ball movement by Boston. Poked away. Left side, Brown. Outside, White. Over Green. And it's White missing.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
They kick it out to Green. Back to Thompson. Smith outside. Brooks with no one around. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
2 minutes running.
Now here's Porzingis.
2 minutes.
Up and in on the way.
Porzingis, you can play him as the roll man, or in this instance, use him as the ball handler. How hard is that to deal with?
Rebound by Smith. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Brooks for three. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
For three.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Houston leading by 10. Back to Thompson. Smith outside. And it's off from three-point range. And here's Boston. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Tatum driving the lane, and he gets the bucket.
Well, Jason Tatum worked hard, being comfortable in tight windows off the dribble drive. That was a nice-looking move.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the shot goes in. Porzingis has got it back down to single digits for the Celtics.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside, Green. Back to Smith. And here's Brooks from outside. Drills it from outside. Brooks has got 9 points.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Once again, fans, Celtics Entertainment.
It's been all about Dylan Brooks for Houston. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
Horford. Adams, some nice D.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Pritchard, and it's Van Vliet with the rebound. Adams in the high post. Eason gets a wide open look. The offensive rebound. Van Vliet outside. Houston moving it around. Adams' shot is off. Celtics trail by 10. You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting. I'll tell you, Steven Adams could be a force in the pick and roll. There are not many defenders who want to get in his way when he's the roll man.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Pass to Whitmore. And the wide open shot from Green. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Green's got the lead up to 12 now for the Rockets. In the corner, Tatum with it. There's the triple. The kick out to Brown. Now Holiday. White looking around. Here's Tatum. Tatum gets it inside.
That's an excellent decision. Playing in the pick and roll, just understanding where the windows are, delivers it right in the pocket.
And it's Green, missing. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 10-point game. Brown with it. Now defended by Whitmore.
2 minutes.
Brown, no good. Pass to Van Fleet. To the inside. In the corner, it's Eason. Knocks it loose. Taken away by Holiday. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just fundamental basketball for Kristaps Porzingis. Establish yourself inside and finish with the jam.
Green with the ball. Tries to save it. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Doors, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, so you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
And it's Smith, top of the key. Here's Şengün. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Assist goes to
Şengün's got his second bucket of the game to go.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Houston. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half. Out to Smith. Launches it. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Smith's got 6.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Here's White. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Rockets leading by 13. Green.
Boston foul.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on White.
Forcing the action down low. Green earning a trip to the strike.
20 seconds left in the second quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
There's Brown with the 3.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
The Celtics.
And so it's Houston. Their lead at 15 going into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We come back right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Celtics trail by 15. Outside, White. Timeout call, the Celtics. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Elijah Wan, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
entertainment.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation.
He got a little ahead of himself there, trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
Now here is Smith. And some nice passing there by Houston. Out to Brooks. Smith outside. Outside, Green. Pass to Şengün. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Thompson looking for an opening. Smith, no luck. Celtics trail by 15. Inside. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
That's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And we all hear talk about Jrue Holiday's defense, but you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Here's Hauser. Still scoreless. From outside the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Hauser's got the first points in the second half up on the board for the Celtics.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Celtics trail by 12. Poked loose. And stolen by Thompson. Driving to the basket. And Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And we talk about Derek White, Doris. How impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot. An excellent shot blocker and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
And the Rockets making a change here. Brown wide open. He fires. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And Brown can score from anywhere, which is what makes him a big problem for the defense.
Down low. Here's Van Vliet. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Rockets lead by 13. Brown outside. Pass to Hauser. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Jeff Green.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Now a timeout called by Boston. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Celtics making a switch here. And the Celtics with possession here. Down by 15. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And so Horford will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Fred VanVleet.
Count that one from VanVleet.
And the stroke of VanVleet is so nice, proving once again why he's so valuable to this team.
From 12 feet out. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Pass to Green. Now Whitmore hasn't made one yet.
Out of bounds.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
Substitution on the
And
floor.
the Rockets making a change here. And stolen by White. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Holiday gets the bucket.
Yeah, the evolution of Tatum as a passer is evident. This guy more committed than ever to making the right play.
Pass to Eason. Connects from three-point range. Eason's got 5 points so far.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Wasted no time on that one.
Well, this is where Porzingis thrives. He is shot ready on the catch.
Taken away by Holiday. To the middle. It's deflected. Stolen by VanVleet. Pass to Whitmore. Houston moving it around. The kick out to Holiday. VanVleet on the wing. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Thompson outside. Pass to Şengün. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
The assist.
And that's now 6 points for Şengün. Here's White. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Coaches talk about ending quarters well. You cannot do it better than that.
And so it... And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Houston leading by 10. Here's Thompson. Thompson is double. Out to Smith. The three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
On the wing, Thompson. And what a play! Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. There's Tatum. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
We know we're talking about a skilled scorer in these open floor situations. Jason Tatum knows where to be.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now, here's Thompson. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Thompson outside. To the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Brooks. From downtown. Cans it from downtown. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And definitely a streak shooter. When Brooks is hot, he can carry the offense.
Outside Tatum. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Pass to Şengün. Eason has the open look. Another miss by Houston. Over to the left wing. Here's Pritchard. They get a hand on it. Van Vliet with it. He's picked up by White. In the corner, Smith with it. White, good.
That's what you call speed, being the difference in transition. Off the steal, Derek White so heads up.
Rockets leading by 9. And here's Smith. Pass to Şengün. Eason. Off target with his 3.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
And it's Smith missing. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
You can tell Jaylen Brown embraces these kinds of moments. Big-time bucket.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. During the last break, got to listen in on Ime Udoka's huddle with his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. And when the three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Timeout call, the Celtics.
Who wants the t-shirt? Substitutions for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis.
Here's Pritchard. Offensive rebound. Celtics passing it around. 6 to shoot. A 3 from Tatum.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Assist
And it's 6 points from Amen Thompson.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Boston.
To the middle. Horford. Shoots from the elbow. Pass to Pritchard. To the left wing. Outside, Porzingis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Jabari Smith picks one up.
First team foul.
Well, it's 7'3". Porzingis is a difficult check. He puts the defense in a bind right there.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Houston in the lead. Smith outside. Another miss by Houston.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Tatum with it. Now Green defending. To take the lead. Brown, no good. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Out to Smith. Here's Adams. Goes back up. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Dylan Brooks.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that ties the game up.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Now a timeout called by Houston. It's tied at 50. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Substitutions for the Celtics. Luke Cornett.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. At the elbow, Adams. Pass to Smith. Now Green. Bullseye!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They trail by 3. There's 10 seconds. Left in the game.
To make some noise for some teacher.
There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. He's off from three. Porzingis with the steal.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Greg, this is all about execution. Can you free an open man from the three-point line? That's what it comes down to.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this